Welcome back to my channel, you freaking heckin' whatever you want to be called, gremlins. I want to say the bottom 8, but you too. Anyways, welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna be finishing up Let's Game It Out Satisfactory. There's 2 parts left. I hope you guys are excited. I might rewatch the last part since I recorded it months ago and I went out of order. I feel like yeah, I probably need to. But anyways, sorry for the scuffed audio in this video. I was live during this and Twitch chat didn't tell me that it was scuffed. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoy today's video. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. And other than that, let's get into this. Got a bad feeling. Did I click on the next one? No. I used drones to make a nightmare effect. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hey there, it's Josh. Welcome back to Let's Game It Out.
Oh,
boy,
no.
Let's play some Satisfactory today. We love this game around here, where there are endless ways to shatter your bones. Oh, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's catch you up on what's happened so far. First, we built a wonderful, normal, working factory for like a second. Then it turned into this, and into this, and then this, and also some of this. Eventually, we reached nuclear power. It produces a lot of energy, but more than that, it produces beautiful toxic byproducts. So much so that it hurt to exist here, and we had to flee. So after that, we slid our way over to oranger pastures, and this time we did it right. We erased all of this nature. We put down a beautiful working factory.
You didn't do it right,
we can't forget about hypertubes, which is good for normal transportation or linking them together and going so fast you leave this dimension.
Oh my God.
Or if you split the difference, you can create a machine where we can aim this cannon back at our old base and see if we can reclaim that irradiated nightmare. And that's what brings us to here. So we have a couple of pressing concerns. Each and every one of those barrels that's actively hurting me while I talk. That's okay though. I've got my handy dandy inhaler here.
Yeah, he
so
deforested it. He cut all the trees down.
Oh,
Jesus.
Anyway, let me give you the grand tour before we get started. Here we have sumptuous radiation issues, followed by even more radiation issues, and we're gonna have to figure this out fast. I don't know what happened, but this place is definitely cursed now. And even more radiation.
Oh,
it looks
what?
like things have kind of come to a standstill.
What? How is it coal and
I guess
radiation?
it makes sense,
What?
though. After all, over here on this side of our base, the land of nuclear power plants, there's been a couple
He's not
of
gonna
changes
remove
since
it.
we were last here. See,
He's
the last
not gonna
time we were
remove
in this
it.
base was before they added fluid to the game. And now that
Fluid?
all of these beauties have been magically retrofitted, it requires not just these, which are uranium fuel rods, but it also requires that we have water to cool the whole thing down, which obviously we don't have, based on this giant gaping hole, which means that we've got all of these plants and none of them are working.
No. 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 Absolutely fucking not. No. There's no fucking way. He's not— is he literally going to attach tubes to every single fucking one?
Right now, which honestly is probably both good and bad. Good because no working means no nuclear wasty. The bad is these being offline means we don't have any power coming to our base. Don't worry though, we're gonna get this all back online. And the first step is gonna be getting all this radiation out of here. First things first, we're gonna need some items.
Get rid of it!
We've got materials everywhere, not to mention stockpiles
Clean up the
of
radiation.
best stuff. A whole container full of things that blow up, and me with a detonator. And you know what that means?
What?
I can't just blow this stuff up by hand, can I?
Nope.
Well,
Get
it was
fucked.
worth a shot. Good to know where these things are anyway.
No!
So step 1 is we gotta flush out all of these barrels, or else I don't think reality is ever coming back
Yeah,
together
get
again.
fucked,
So
honestly.
we're gonna go all the way over here to the outskirts of this madness. I see you flying up there, don't judge me. And basically we need to figure out how to get all these barrels out from our base. Let's just use this convenient thing called a splitter, and then we'll build out a conveyor belt from there, and we'll just keep
Where's he gonna
running
send
this.
them?
We'll just take it all the way to the edge here. I'm not really sure what the plan is, seeing as how there's nothing down here. But hey, at least it's getting all this waste away from the rest of my factories.
What?
And at the end of all this, we'll go ahead and put a nice big storage container. There you go, fellas. Welcome to your temporary new home. So while we wait for all of this stuff to finish filtering out of here, let's get some
I
other
don't think
vital
that's how it
stuff done.
works.
As mentioned,
No.
for the time being, none of these
That's no. What? Did he really just shove it all in a storage container to make it go bye-bye? He didn't like actually clean it up. He just shoved it in a box. He just shoved everything in a box and called it clean. Is what I'm getting here.
working. You know, I know where there is working power though, and it's just one quick slide away.
Oh, you
home
better
sweet
not.
second home. I missed you, security blanket of pipes and conveyor belts and materials. Anyway, we're not here for sightseeing. No, we're here for that power. That dirty, environmentally unfriendly coal power. Let's just go ahead and connect one of these power lines, and let's go ahead and build all the way back. Starting from there, this is us, all the way back to our other base. Super easy to just run these forever. Don't worry, this isn't gonna take any time at all. And
2 hours later,
we're getting closer to home because the frame rate takes a dive and everything hurts. Although now that I'm in the main part of the factory, I think all the radiation's been filtered out, and I'm not taking damage anymore. I'm so happy it's time to use my inhaler again.
Oh, all right.
Anyway, where were we? Oh, hello. What
it's
the hell
cleaned
are you?
Oh, he actually picked it up.
Don't mind if I do.
Aw, he doesn't like you.
Okay, well,
that's because you blow everybody
Looks
up.
like the barrels are still coming, which shows that
he wonders why the animals don't like him, and he blows every single one of them up and tries to pet one. I would run too. I would run the opposite fucking direction.
the process is working.
I don't blame
all the way
it.
to barrel heaven, and we know that.
Why
for
are we
sure
saying
because
RIP?
Look at our glorious radiation
Why are we saying
levels.
IRP
Quite the
to me?
radioactive
What am I
vessel.
missing?
And as we get closer, I'm
What did I
really
miss?
hurting. Now, in theory, this should be enough because the
Why?
farther away we get, the lower the radiation goes. And if we're far enough away, the radiation goes away entirely. But I don't want to lose this entire area to that. Isn't there a way we can get rid of this stuff permanently? Most other items in the game you can just throw in the little trash can here. Oh, but not these barrels. It doesn't want you to do that. All right, let's leave this for a second and come over here. And let's test some stuff on an area that doesn't have radiation. Okay, so getting rid of stuff. We can't just grab an item, drag it out of our inventory, because then it goes straight here on the ground. And sure, we can throw these things, but no other items can we throw like that. So I wonder
what do you mean this is the
way
doggo one?
What the hell did that? You knocked me off? Oh, I bet you guys think you're so clever, don't you, huh?
No!
Oh, well.
Did it actually squeal when it... Did it actually...
Oh, we learned. I bet you guys think you're so clever, don't you, huh?
That's so sad. Oh my god. What the... It's like the bunny all over again. It's like the bunny from The Last of Us all over again. Oh my god.
Well, we learned something new just now. Those guys can throw themselves off. So the question is, can we somehow attach the radiation to these fellas? And then just lead them off a cliff. Okay, hold on. I got an idea. Let's build out a couple of little platforms. And then let's add some walls. Okay. Hey, come back here. I have need of you. Come on.
He does not.
Okay, better. Stay right there.
No.
I'm just gonna put something on top of you. Easy. Well, technically it's on top of him, but I don't think it's part of him. No,
why?
Definitely not. So I think it's safe to assume that there's no way to actually attach this to these creatures. Well, thanks for trying. So for my next idea, we're gonna need one of these. A pale berry. So do you remember that lizard doggo that we saw? As you can see, he's a little bit timid if we get too close. But if we take these here pale berries, go ahead and just put them on the ground. Little doggo friend loves them, and now he trusts us. Aww.
It's so cute. He's so adorable. He's so cute. He's so cute. I want to give him a little pet. He's so cute.
And now we have the message to see if Lizard Doggo found anything. Basically, now he has an inventory, and occasionally he'll find stuff and bring it to us. But we can also put things in that slot. And now it's just carrying it around while it follows us. So, of course, I think we have another question. Can this little guy carry a stack of barrels? Only one way to find out. Come on,
don't you dare.
Okay, where were we? Get ready for a journey. Oh, hey, he found me some flower petals. That's so sweet. I love you, too.
Don't you dare.
Take those. And here, you have these 250.
No. 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 No.
58 barrels of toxic waste, and Lizard Doggo seems unaffected by the tremendous amount of radiation. Well, you know what happens next, right?
Okay.
Now let's see. How am I gonna get you?
Oh my god.
Be down there. What if we build some platforms all the way out here?
No.
Come on, come on, come on,
Josh.
come on. Who's a
Josh.
good boy? Who's a
Josh. 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 No. What? Don't 07?
good boy? Who's a
No.
good
No. 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 What? No.
boy? You're a good boy. Oh no.
Oh,
Oh no.
oh no, no, no. Oh my god.
Oh, mission successful. Oh, let's do it again.
No.
Hey there, little guy.
No, Josh. Josh, no. No, Josh.
I've got something for you.
No. How many did he kill? Please.
Good God, that took forever.
No, 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 no. This is so fucked up. This is so
But at
messed
least
up.
we got them. Make yourselves at home in the waiting room.
No.
Here, I'll even give you a window to look through. All right, so here's the thing. I've been
Oh
doing
my
some
God.
thinking, and I don't know if I can bear to watch them fall down onto the cliffs below. I mean, after all, look at these little guys. Look at those little faces. They deserve better than that. That's why instead, we're gonna use something else. Jump pads. Let's
Oh,
see. Let's just
no.
go ahead.
He is not. He's not gonna launch them. He's not.
And excellent. All right, I guess we need to test if it works. Yep, that'll about do it. All right, come on, little guy.
No,
Let's get you all
Josh,
suited up.
Josh.
Okay. Okay.
No.
You know what to do. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and say that was a rousing.
What? What the fuck? What the fuck?
Success. And before you know
No,
it, our
no.
nuclear waste problems are solved. Okay, come on out, fellas. You look all ready for prime time. Let's not just wander them over here. Instead, let's aim a bounce pad back this direction.
No.
Build a couple layers up, and we'll put the other bouncy thingy at the top here. Okay. There you go. Oh, you guys spread each other out. Well, at least that one made it. Oh, God. And for this one, let's see if we can get nothing but net.
What the fuck?
Oh, close enough.
What
Who
the
knew that getting rid of radioactive waste would be so much fun? Okay, we only have a couple more to
No.
go here. Have fun, guys. That's a victory, looks like. One last straggler.
No.
Huh? You might want to avert your eyes for this.
What the fuck? What the fuck? He did not. He did not. Oh my god.
Well, looks like that took care of the radiation. Time to deal with the next mess. Getting all this back online. We do still have to deal with radiation, of course, because to power these plants, we use these uranium fuel rods. But it shouldn't be too hard to deal
I'm not
with. All we need
watching
to do
the
is
Zoo
focus on the
videos.
water part.
Absolutely
And don't
not.
worry, I haven't forgotten that this one needs water too.
No.
First things first is we need to locate a water source. And you know, I think I know just the place. Oh yeah, and this reactor over here too.
I need to know, was that the worst part of this video? Was that the worst part of this video? Or is there more? No? Oh, Jesus.
Okay, so all we really need to
Oh,
do is
fuck.
find some nice deep water. You know, this water doesn't appear to be terribly deep. Maybe it'll work anyway, let's see. Time for some water extraction.
Hi,
Yep, looks like
Eric.
it's gonna be just fine. Okay, and now all we need to do is run some pipes. Okay, I'm sure this will be just fine, right? Pretty sure water doesn't naturally want to go uphill like that, but what do I care what water wants? I just care that it connects. Okay, and with that all connected, the entire base still doesn't have power, so we need to draw upon our power lines that are from the other base. I'm glad that you can drag these power lines out over to a cliff and then right into a waterfall. Whatever, they'll allow it, so I'll do it. Okay, let's see, how are we doing? Water appears to be extracting at a perfectly whatever flow rate, and you can tell it's doing its job by this little thing here because of the things doing things.
I don't
As
know,
you can tell, I
Trench.
totally understand how water works in this game. The important part is that if we come
I'm
all the way
okay,
over
I
here and we check
think.
the pipes, we can see the water's running all the way here just fine. And if we look at the plant
not
itself,
bad.
water's all there, uranium's all there. Looks like power is back on the menu. And onward to the other power plants. All right, excellent. I think we've done some really fine
This
work
isn't
here.
so
Let's see
bad.
if everything connects as planned. Let's start with one initially. Well, doesn't appear to be any water getting here, at least
Yep.
not yet. What do you mean this weird, gross, illogical pipe
You
system
kinked
isn't
it.
working? I mean, if you take a look at our splitter here, this
You
one's getting
kinked
plenty
it.
of water, as is this part right here. Oh, wait, the flow sucks. So
Yep.
without really knowing what we're doing, we're gonna use this pipeline pump. Allows fluids to be transported 20 meters upwards. Okay, well, great. Work your magic. Okay, there we go. Looks like we have more flow coming through this thing. Sorta. Water sure is weird. Ah, yes, much better. Full capacity in the pipes. That's what I like to see.
Not
okay, how
bad.
are we working, you big behemoth? Ah, yes. Burning water too fast and occasionally offline. That's what we call progress. You know what? Why am I trying so hard? After all, this is a pretty large space. Let's see how
Oh,
many of these
no.
can fit. And then
No.
2 and 3
Josh.
and 4.
Josh.
Okay, that seems better.
Jo-
We have a couple more, quite a bit more. I have no idea how many are in here.
What in the fuck? How many does he need? How many does he fucking need? What in the gods on earth? Hello? What? The answer? Yeah. No, Kiru! No!
All I know is it's more than I had, and I hope it's enough to
Oh my
siphon up
god!
the entire ocean.
Oh
Now
my
it's time
god!
to get to
Oh
the
my
piping.
god!
Ta-da!
Oh,
Pipes,
oh, oh, oh. Jesus Christ. Oh my fucking god. I'm not okay. I'm not okay. What in God's
more
name?
pipes. I spent a little time building just a couple of pipe systems. Here, let me give you the grand tour. Basically, they start here, and then they extend out here,
Oh
and
my
then they
God.
route over here, and then God only knows where they
I
go
can't
next.
play
Pretty
this.
much if there's ground to cover, that's where we put pipes.
Oh
and
my
I do
god.
mean anywhere where there's ground to
Oh
cover.
my god. What in the fuck is this? What the fuck? It's not peak. It is not peak. What is this?
Or if it's cliffs, also now pipes. Heading past this first power plant, that's right, pipes.
Oh my
and we just
God.
follow this very comprehensive pipe
Oh
system.
my
How you doing
God.
there, buddy? You having a good time? And we just keep on going. And
Oh, okay. All right. All right. What the fuck? Why does he need so many fucking pipes? Why is there so many goddamn pipes? What in the fucking hell is this? What am I watching? What is this? I saw! I did!
Follow where the pipes go until eventually we make it over where we can see water making it. To all of our power plants. Who would have thought pipes were so easy? All you gotta do is just have so many running everywhere that eventually everything can connect and have water. And yeah, sure, when these things are producing power, they also produce nuclear byproducts. But that's a solved problem. Everybody wins.
No! He did not. He's not.
Power plants up and working again, so too are our factories. Yeehaw to beautiful, endless manufacturing. Oh, and don't worry, I haven't forgotten about this guy. I know we need to get water up here too, and I know that seems pretty daunting, but don't you worry, I've got an idea, so hold, please.
Just no. No.
And connected.
No. He did. I knew it.
Build a couple of water pipes. A lot of water pipes. A lot of water pipes.
Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Where the fuck is Creeps? He needs to fucking see this. Where is Creeps? Creeps!
Yep, this is what I did. I started with a pipe on the ground, ran it all the way to the start of my conveyor belt tornado, and then just kept building and building and building. And before you know it, fresh water straight from the source. And boy, howdy, is this doing amazing things to the frame rate. I'm just glad that it turned out putting all this pipe down was easy. That's said while I noticed the radiation nightmare is over. Oh boy, have I noticed some cursed stuff still happening.
What the fuck?
You know, I think I know what we can do. Granted, I don't want to waste all this beautiful manufacturing prowess or this gross thing, but I think I have an idea to salvage our factory and our frame rate. So let's head back over to Red Base, where we've got our hub. In the hub is where we unlock new milestones. And over here in Tier 7, we have something called aeronautical engineering. And in that, we have something called drones. Transports available input back and forth between its home and destination.
We haven't even got to the main fucking part. We haven't even got to the main fucking part of the video, which is the goddamn drones. Are you shitting me?
Ports. I like the sound of that. So in order to unlock these things, we need to amass all of these items, and then we just feed it all into the machine. A big old button appears, which will send this cargo container right here into orbit. But before we do that, I have kind of an idea. Can you take an explosive to outer space for me? Only one way to find out. And launch. Okay, have a nice summer.
Oh, no.
Oh, that does work. Well, nice to see it's completely unaffected. And now, because of our generous contributions, we have fun new toys. So for starters, we can't just put a drone down right here in the sand. It needs to go in the drone port. Okay, I see how this works. It's like a little carrier thing. Batteries to power the drones go in here. And these are like in and out points for importing and exporting materials. Easy peasy lemon whatever. Couldn't be more simple. Okay, yeah, and drones fit right here. Look at that, ready to transport. Okay, first things first, let's go ahead and connect this thing all the way through our pile of crap. I mean, surely somewhere in here are batteries, right? Wait. Those look like batteries to me. Quickly, new conveyor belt, add a splitter, and now take some of those batteries. Now that these are well underway, we're gonna put 2 storage containers, one for the imports and one for the exports. And for stuff to transport,
what do the drones even do?
Copper, not for any reason, just because I have it. Now we need to configure the drone port, and we're gonna name this first port Sendy Offie. And now let's move a little bit away from this station here and add another drone port over here. And we'll set up another container. This one's gonna be just for receiving, and we're gonna name this second port Gimme Goodies. Excellent. And we're gonna set it up so that
hell.
Sendy Offie has a destination port
Go
of gimme goodies. Oh, and the moment we set this up, look what's happening. Wait, don't leave without me. Let's see
Bye,
where this thing
drone.
goes. Wow, we're really high
Oh
up
my
here.
God.
We're flying as high as my rail gun
Oh
even.
dear God. What?
Looks like
He's
it's
dead.
going to the destination.
He's
and
dead.
Looks like it's coming in for a nice, smooth landing. Oh, and here comes our supplies.
What?
Perfect. That worked like a charm. And then when it's done, it takes off in
Oh.
a perfect pattern to do some sweet air maneuvers before landing in its original pad again, to pick up more supplies before doing it all again. Kind of curious what I can do with this thing. Like, I see it doing all these evasive maneuvers, but like if I build foundations and just intentionally try and get in its way, is it gonna know how to deal with this?
Yes,
We're
it's
about
just
to
gonna go
find
through
out.
it. You already know this.
Huh, it doesn't care at all.
You
Off
already
it goes.
know.
Well, that's an interesting first test. If it doesn't care about collision, this gives me an idea. So here's my master plan. We're gonna use those drones to take all these luscious supplies and transfer them to our other non-cursed base. Because after all, we don't want all these supplies or all this luscious power to go to waste now, do we? Of course not. So one of the things, though, is that these drone ports actually take up quite a lot of space. And something tells me it's smart to have at least a couple. But luckily, I think I know a place that's centrally located to all of our stuff that has virtually unlimited building space. And I think I know what we can use to help us out. Behold, my original train station. Back when you could make train station names really, 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 really
He never
long.
used the
Those
drones.
were the
Oh my
days.
God,
Anyway,
you're
we're gonna take a
joking.
little trip because if you recall, I made a nice little railway that doesn't give a crap about the rules of terrain at all.
Oh
and now
my
here
God.
we are underneath the world where there's so much open space for us to work with. Anyway, look at all that space out there. Let's see if we can use it.
Did he just...
First things first, let's make a platform for building on.
No.
Yes, perfect for a drone port.
He's
Just gotta
not
run
putting
some
them down
power
here.
for it. You know, I'm fairly certain
No
the thing will
fucking
fly
way.
off even if we don't give it any materials, so long as we just tell it where to go. We're gonna tell this to fly to gimme goodies. So I think in theory, the moment I place this drone down, it should just take off. These sound like promising noises and promising behavior.
The fucking added noise.
Well, there it goes. Halfway across the known universe, all the way to its destination.
my
Where
Lana.
it abruptly stops and then it appears
not
to
that
maintain
bad.
a holding pattern, along with this other drone, and I have no idea why. It's not because I put the foundations there, right? It's not like you cared about that before. Well, let's check real fast. Nope, they definitely still don't care. Wait a minute. Looks like the power went out on this. Is that why? Let's fix the power and find out. Oh, looks like that was the reason. Now that we got the green, stuff's landing again. Okay, wait, now I have to know. If I leave it red, also known as no power, how many of you can be up here? Let's find out, shall we? Okay, now we have 4 total. We're gonna make sure to set them all to
No, Josh, please. Please, I will get on my hands and knees and beg. I will get on my hands and knees and beg.
What did I say about
literally.
formation?
I will do anything.
Because then we couldn't have this
I will
amazing
do
journey.
anything.
We wouldn't be able to see this glorious drone ballet. Okay, here they come. Let's see what happens. I see. Well, I think we know what needs to happen next.
There's gotta
don't we?
be a
Is
limit,
there
right?
Limit to this? Only one way
There's
to find
gotta be a
out.
limit, right? There's gotta be a
so I've
limit,
been at
right?
this for a little while now. I've built a couple of drones.
There's gotta be a limit,
From
right?
seeing all that I've made, but let me tell you, there's a lot of drones here. In total, there's 384 drones here, quietly spread out underneath our base. And for each and every one of these, they're all set to go to gimme goodies. All right, so let's turn on the power. Oh boy, here goes nothing.
Hello? Oh my God.
Oh my God.
What
Oh,
the
and off they
fuck?
go. Off at 2 frames a second to seek fame and
Oh my
fortune
God.
on their pilgrimage to the sacred gimme goodies. You know what I did back at the base too? Just to add some fun is I added a bunch of explosives to things. Not sure how that works, but I'm not gonna question it. You know, so we can get that real feeling like they're trying to be shut
What
down.
the
Evasive
fuck?
maneuvers, serpentine. And before you know it, here they are coming in to join the queue. Higher and higher
What?
and higher. Oh my God, what are we looking at? This is actually
What
really
in the
pretty.
fuck?
You know what? I guess there really isn't a limit. It looks like this really can just keep going forever. I mean,
He better
seriously,
not.
Look how high this goes.
He better
There's
not.
my cannon. There's the drones. And here's how much higher they go.
Oh
and boy,
my
is it gonna be
God.
A long queue to land at this station. One down.
Oh.
An eternity of drones left to go. You know, let's just use more traditional means to get our stuff from the other base. But let's tackle that next
creeps.
time. By the way, did I mention that I stream? I do. Link is in the description. You should check it out.
384. 384. There you go. I thought he was actually next. Why? No. I think we should be done. I think we should be done. And hi, Luna. I'm ready for the promotion.
Welcome back to Let's Game It Out. We're
Hi,
playing
Josh.
Satisfactory today. My favorite factory game that's all about excess. Like, you could build a normal factory, but why? When you can make abominations like this. And then when this base gets completely out of control, you can slide your way across the map and make something even more wild. But that's really the beauty of this game, is take something and make it beautiful in your own way. Like, it gives you stuff like drones.
I don't remember the pipes being that bad.
Or you can make hundreds of them, slap
I don't remember the
explosives
tubes
all
being
over
that
them,
bad.
and then send them all across the map and pretend you're in Top Gun. Watch your six. Oh, and also I sent them all to try and land on one platform.
My God.
So now they're just waiting forever. A beautiful column of drones into the sky. Anyway, welcome to Satisfactory, where everything in my base is a mess. And in this video, we're gonna try and make that better. Spoiler, we're gonna make it worse. While that's all cementing in your brain, let me tell you about today's sponsor. I've partnered with Paradox Interactive to highlight a hot deal coming up right now for City Skylines. So let me tell you the two things you need to know most. For one, you can play City Skylines right now for free, because from November 10th to the 14th over on Steam, it's free to download and try for yourself. And the other thing you need to know is this game is amazing for screwing around. Oh, and also building like functional sprawling cities. I wouldn't personally
like he'd actually build something functional.
I'm changing a simple bridge into
I already called it. Like, even though it's an advertisement, I already called that he was gonna fuck around with it. Like, there's just no point. Like, he's just ruining it. Like, he can't even play the advertised game normally. Like, what the fuck? Hi, Tindy, how are you? Like, he just can't do it.
Something a little more adventurous? Yeah, let's go with adventurous. Sorry, officer.
Unity,
I hope you don't have anywhere to be in a hurry. And in addition to this, we're also just trying to make people as unhappy as possible. And if we're lucky, a bunch of quote...
Unity. 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 You just glorped me. You just glorped me in the YouTube video. You just glorped me in the YouTube video. You glorped me in the YouTube video. Happy, he says. I know, right? Happy. Happy. Why are you glorping the other boob? YouTube's gonna think we're weird. They're gonna watch this video and like, oh my god, what the heck is wrong with the Twitch chat? Oh my god. Stop it! Why? Don't... Yeah, that is true, Tindy. You got me there. You know, Ryan, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. I don't know about the Jeremy. I don't think I'm that unhinged, okay? I'm gonna take away your fucking Tangia. I don't think I'm that unhinged. I don't think so. Would you prefer me to be Cecil? Would you prefer me not to be my unhinged, chaotic self? I can be innocent and cute. I can do that too. My mic, yeah, I know. It's the filter I have on it today. If I take off this filter and try my NVIDIA one, it doesn't work. So, my mic is scuffed today until I can fix it. Crispy AC. Oh, I'm just gonna.
Quote, natural disasters will bless our city.
I'm sorry,
Somebody
YouTube.
call
I'm
the
sorry.
Fire department. Just
I'm
kidding.
so sorry.
I deleted all those. I mean, this is all kind of a
What
form
the
of city
hell?
management, right? So if you're up for some city building
Oh
or
my
city
God.
unbuilding, maybe take a gander at the link in the description, which will take you where you need to go to get started. So that's pretty much it. Super easy recommendation. I'm sure the game agrees with me that City Skylines is a blast. And thanks again to Paradox for sponsoring. So our first major thing we have to do is
Josh
find a way
did
to
play
get
The
all
Sims,
of
I
these
thought.
resources from this base, and we're gonna move it over here to something new.
No, he's not
Specifically,
building a
these
new
beautiful
base.
floating
He's
platforms.
not.
I mean, look at all the lush
There's no
landscape
freaking
here. We've
way.
got platforms to put
He's
stuff.
cheating.
We've got waterfalls, and
He's
we've also got
cheating.
all kinds of flora to destroy. Who said you could grow in my new base? But don't worry, we have a tried and true solution for
no.
that. What do you think?
He's doing it again. He's doing it again. He's moving the base again.
Yeah, this tree. Much.
Oh my God.
Much better. And I haven't forgotten about you pesky leaves. Everybody gets
Oh
a
my
piece.
God.
Oh, but there's so much of this to take out. That's okay. I think I have a solution for how
Oh,
to take care
dear
of this
to
stuff
God.
quickly. It's called explosives. First
That's
things
not-
first,
no.
we gotta do a quick test. I realize this doesn't seem like it'll pack a punch, but it should be enough to take care of this little old tree. Here goes nothing.
No. Okay.
Yep, that sure worked a treat, didn't it? Well, I think we know what needs to happen
There's
now.
no
We gotta
way
put
he's
these
just
things
going
all
around-
over the place. There's plenty.
There's no freaking way. He's just going around blowing everything up. There's just no... Shadow, thank you for the follow.
To go around.
There's-
You know, I kind of have to
why?
wonder, is this overkill for one plant?
Yes!
Like, I could just walk up and do
Yes,
this
it
to all
is.
of those. But who wants to do landscaping with their hands? Anyway, I'm sure that this will be enough. We've got explosives
my
in pretty
God,
much everything. Too
Josh.
many? No such thing. And it's
There
not just
is
up
too
here
many.
either. We've also rigged everything down here. These trees are going to be no match for all these explosives. Anyway, here goes nothing.
Oh my God.
Yeah, take that, all you individual little bushes.
Oh
did
my
I miss
God.
one? Just
Yes, he
kidding.
did.
Oh,
Oh,
see, now this
fucker.
is what progress looks like. If by
That's-
progress
oh
we mean
my
combusting
God.
everything not nailed down. Yep, that'll about
What
do it.
the
I mean, you wouldn't
fuck?
necessarily know, because it turns out some of this foliage is
What
permanent.
is he-
But that's okay. Anyway, now that we have all this emptied out space, it's time to bring our stuff over. Starting with our desert base, because it's
Oh
closer.
my
And in
God.
case you're wondering, what are we
Oh
going to do with all
God.
of these drones? Are we going to use them for beautiful
What the
transporting? And
hell?
the answer is
Did he
no.
add more? Did he add more drones? This looks worse than last
What I'm trying to say
time.
is this thing is like a monument now, so there's no way
What
we're
the
touching it. And
fuck?
honestly, it doesn't matter where in the world you are. All you need to do is look to the sky, and there's Drone Tasia just waiting for you. So you're probably wondering, if not the drones, how are we going to transport all of this stuff? Because, oh boy, is there a lot. You know, like these
Oh my
things,
God.
and these things, and all of this stuff. But don't you worry, the solution is right in front of us. It's called a tractor. So versatile,
It's
so
called a
bulky, and we're going
tractor.
to use it to get over this
Oh,
ridge right
fuck.
here. And it's not going to be as easy as just hopping in and driving this thing over everything. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's pretty good at handling some of this, so we can't possibly ask it to handle all
my
of this,
God.
can we? Wait, or can we?
He's going-
Easy,
oh, it's stuck.
easy. Just watch your
It's
head,
stuck.
buddy. Nope, I take it back. We are
Yep.
nice and stuck. And it's
Called
not like
it.
we can just start it even closer, because there's no way it's going to be able to traverse all this stuff. But that's okay, we're going to employ the use of another friend. Do you remember these? Jump pads.
No.
Here's a refresher in case you don't remember. That's it, they launch you. But the one thing I don't know for sure is if we can use trucks on these. So let's give it a shot and
wouldn't
find out.
think
Here goes
so.
nothing.
Oh my God,
those
no
shiver
way.
me timbers, it does work.
No,
Well, this gives me an idea.
please.
If we can get it to bounce off one like that, then why
No.
not more? You get to set their overall trajectory, and you can
Oh,
adjust that any way you
Jesus.
want. So if I move this so that it's
Please
basically going to
don't.
land right here, and then I take another
Please
one and I
don't.
place it here, so that whatever's flying off of this first pad will fly right into the air and then land on this one, and then will it bounce up and fly all the way over there? Only one way to find out. Here goes landing on one. All right, let's see if it
Oh,
lands on
no.
two.
Oh,
Oh my
no.
goodness, it sure does. Well, I'm sure we can see where this is gonna go.
No, please. I'm literally going to beg you, Josh. I will get on my hands and knees again. I swear to God. Please don't do it. Please don't do it. I am begging. Don't do this. X Crossbow, thank you for the follow, by the way. I appreciate it.
right? All we need to do
He
is
doesn't
put a
need to
bunch
get
of
them
these
up there.
things all around over here so that they can get us
Oh,
up there.
no.
This shouldn't be hard at all. We can just build foundations and then put our little jump pads on these, positioning them in such a way so that we have a good place to put the next one. And then once that one's in position, we just go ahead and set up for the next one. And we know where it's gonna land, and then so on and so forth. And okay, hold please.
Oh no, hours later.
Okay,
Oh
so I was
no.
working on these for a while, and oh boy, all the things I have to show for it. So many jump pads. I wish
What is this video? I use trains. So we're
jump pad business was an Olympic sport because I would definitely get like bronze or like 4th place. Anyway, let me get to the starting points. You can experience
Let him
the whole
cook.
thing as
Let
it was
him
meant
cook.
to be experienced. So here's basically how it works. We get in this truck and then we go down to this first jump pad, and once we do that, it bounces up to here, and then it goes up to here, and then this bounces you farther and farther, and you get the idea. Will this actually work? Only one way to find out. Let's go. Mission successful on the first couple of bounces, leading up to these bounce pads that should propel us forward. And oh boy, do we have a journey ahead of us. But the good news is my horn works. Yeehaw!
Of course.
Got a little off kilter there, but it looks like
God.
we're back on. As you can see, this is an exact science. What a lovely new way to experience all the ins and outs, the nooks and crannies of this base. Oh my god, it's going so well so far.
I guess it works though. Oh, he jinxed it.
Well,
he just
that'll
had to
teach
say
me
something.
anything.
Yeah,
And
you
attempt
just
number
had
2,
to say
much cleaner
something.
lift off this time.
Literally.
I have high confidence. Look how we're landing on each one of those pads. Whee! You know, and you can say what you want, but you sure can't beat these views.
Oh my god.
Looks like that's it for us.
He missed.
Nope, no, it's
Beep,
not.
beep.
Oh, it only took
Beep,
2
beep.
tries, but we made it up. Yep, the system is perfect. And before you know it, we're catapulting
Beep, beep.
across these beautiful canyons. It couldn't be more simple, except for that one that I really didn't think we were gonna make. I would like to take this opportunity to mention that I cannot believe this is working at all.
Oh,
Well, that's
why
not good for saying
say
that.
something? Every fucking time he says something, it breaks. Why does he continue to say something? Look. And hi, Stellar. How are you?
Okay, attempt number 553. And then we bounce off the
Oh
thing. And
my
then
God.
It's like, oops, so it makes it
Oopsies.
after all.
Oh,
Things are going great. I
rip.
don't know this for sure, but I think one of the challenges is, especially with a vehicle, it's not an exact science, but also frame rate might play a role in that. But if there's one thing I can tell you, my frame rate is anything but stable. That doesn't mean I'm
I
not
wonder
confident we
why
can
it's not.
eventually get
Why
this.
is there a
Still
trucks? He
going.
just.
This is the farthest we've ever.
He's literally just replacing trucks. Every time it misses, he replaces it with a new truck. He's not even using the same trucks. It's a new truck. Hi, DJ. Hi, Booby.
Oh my god, I think this might be the one.
I don't
we
think
might
so.
make it to the next
I
section.
don't think so.
Look at all these successful bounces. Life is beautiful.
Oh, did he
I set
actually
up all
made
of these
it?
bounce pads, and for what? This moment, that's what. Look,
Oh my
the finish
god.
line, we
He's
can
gonna
see
miss.
It. Nail
He's
it,
gonna miss.
Nail it. Oh my god, we're gonna do it?
Nope.
Close enough.
I called
So
it.
I think we can agree that this is not going according to
Oh
plan.
my
And
god.
like you, I had a dream of trucks just flying fancy free through the sky.
I did not.
I think
I
this
did
was
not have
probably
this
never
dream.
meant to be, and I'll show you why. I'm watching this thing from far away, and at a point, something
Oh.
seems to happen. Now I know from back here, it looks like it's fine, right? Looks like it's just hanging out on something. Oh, but that's not the case.
Oh.
It's just frozen in midair. And then as we get closer to it, it just falls right out of the sky, which leads me to believe that even if we got this working the way we would like it to, there's no way we can automate it, because if we step too far away from the trucks, they won't keep going.
That's
And we can't
unfortunate.
ride every truck to the end. Oh, but don't you worry,
That
we've got a backup
sucks.
plan. But before we move on, we got to test one thing. We got to test to see what happens when we launch one of these guys.
Oh,
What's wrong
no!
with you, guy? Why are you so? Oh, no, you don't.
No! Not the dog again! Not the dog again! Please! Not the dog again! Not the dog again!
Don't get back here. Where are you going? Hey, where are you going? I said,
Run,
where
buddy.
are you going?
Run,
Yes, run
buddy.
straight to the bounce pad.
Oh,
there
no,
we
buddy,
go.
not
Fly
that
free,
way.
little guy. It's for science.
No! Oh!
Oh, it's probably.
He didn't have to add the noise! He didn't have to add the noise!
Fine, right? Don't worry, I'm sure he's just sleeping all the way down this dune.
Oh,
In conclusion, it seems like it worked really well. Anyway, we still need a good solution for transporting all these
That's so
materials,
sad.
and I think this is going to be the solution. It's another train station. Station 25. We can do better than that. Let's see, I want to say sand and successful. Wait,
Oh?
stop right there. Sand cessful. Wait,
Oh
still
my-
not done.
what?
Sand cesspool. Yay, we
Okay,
did it. We got
alright.
there. So we've used trains before, not really to actually transport anything. Back in our old base, we actually have a bunch of trains rolling around right now. They're legitimately here solely to generate electricity,
power.
which
Yeah.
causes these nuclear plants over here to actually work. Because if they have no reason
How?
to generate energy, they won't. And if they're
I
not
don't-
generating electricity,
I
they're
don't
not
get how it
generating
generates
toxic
it.
waste. And if we're not taking
Like-
steps to ruin every part of the environment, what's the point? Anyway, all that to say, back over at this base, we've never tried to use trains for good. I'm not going to miss an opportunity to build a bunch of rails,
No.
especially because where we're building them could use a little
No.
more beautifying, don't you think? I know
Please.
I do.
No.
Oh boy, I'm
He's not. He's not adding. No. No.
so excited, especially because I know this will be easy to do and take no time at all. And connected. Well, that was easy. I'm kind of showing you the end first, but here we are at our station. Why am I like this? Or as I like to pronounce
Yeah.
it, Yummy, like this. So this thing here is where our trains will eventually
I don't think my profile. I'm a clown. It's like I got caught. I don't think I'm
end up.
sad.
And by that I mean there are rails everywhere.
I should change it,
coming
though.
from the station, going over
Ew.
cliff sides, impossible loops that don't really make sense, and then you know, all kinds of stuff. This part probably wasn't necessary to get the job done, but boy, it sure is fun. And it doesn't really improve once we get to the main mess. You can kind of tell which ones for trains and which aren't, because the train ones are just a lot bigger. Either way,
Yes. What can I help you with, Notepad? I don't even want to know anymore. I don't. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Because I'm not on my right scene. Get fucked.
hey, before we mess with these any further, let's
I
head
will
back
have to
our
refund those
starting
for the stream,
platform
though.
and make sure this thing works at all.
You
Now
should refund
leaving
those for me,
station Sand
please.
Cesspool. So the first part of this journey is real obvious and easy. We pick up great speed as we enter the big
Right.
avalanche of stuff. I like to think of this as the world's weirdest roller coaster, full of twists and turns, clipping through the rock face
Oh
entirely,
my God.
and in general, just a whole lot
Okay.
of completely unnecessary
This isn't
twists and
too
turns.
bad.
But
He didn't
really,
do
what would
too
the
much
point be if it were
damage.
straightforward? Besides, this gives you a chance
do
to
too
take
much
in all
damage,
these
right?
glorious views, and then eventually you find yourself on the other side. And thank goodness there's no clipping,
Right?
because I can just build these rails over rails. What a space-saving convenience.
What?
With probably no consequences whatsoever. And then before you know it, we arrive at the other station safe and sound. Yummy like this
Yeah, it's not-
indeed.
it's
and
not
if this
that
train
bad.
were pulling cargo behind it, this little claw thing
That
would
was not
unload
that
it before
bad.
the train goes back on its way. So let's go ahead and finish this track. So the whole thing is one solid loop of amazing cargo management. Besides, you saw how quickly we did it the first time. This
No, I
won't take
didn't.
long at all.
I didn't see how. 2 more hours later, Jesus
And
Christ.
then before you know it, ta-da! Track is complete.
No,
Excellent. Setting up this behemoth of rails and other crap only took a mere 4 hours.
No, okay, it's bad, it's bad, it's bad, it's bad, it's really bad. It's really bad. It's really bad. It's really, really bad. That is, I don't even know, like, would you call that spaghetti? Would you call that I don't even know if that's spaghetti. It's not a straight line. That is not a straight line. That is far from a straight line. That is, no.
Good God. I mean, the good news is I didn't know
Oh
that
my
this base could get
God.
any weirder looking, but it turns out there's always room to improve. So let's pretend you're this up-and-coming rail car just about to pull into the station. Now you can just keep going and have yourself the return journey of a lifetime, commingling with all
Hi,
these
Mega.
conveyor belts in the most claustrophobic way possible. Wow, what a palate cleanser. Honey, I'm home.
Oh
Round
my
trip
God.
only took 10 whole minutes. What a
10
thrill ride.
minutes?
Now that the train tracks are all set, the next thing we need to do, we need to take all these materials materials
10
here that are
fucking
currently
minutes.
just waiting for something to happen to them, and we need to funnel them all the way back over to the train station.
No fucking
so first
way.
things first, I'm adding a freight platform.
Yeah,
which if
you
we come
and me
around to the
and-
other side,
Oh,
we can
God,
see that
sorry,
it's
I
got
don't
ports
know.
for us to feed in the goods. That's where the supplies go to get on the train. So first we're going to build a bunch of these things. Snazzy giant containers. Now these two on the right are for receiving items. We're not going to need those because we're only
No.
sending stuff out from here, which means connecting this
Why are
container
we
over to this
bonking me
thingamabob
so much?
here. And same with the bottom one for basically no reason. There we go. The conveyor belts are running and hungry for supplies. So basically previously we had all of these
Jesus.
supplies funneled through one belt
What
already.
in the fuck? What?
Which is this one right here. Instead, we're gonna run these supplies
Why?
over to that container that we set up. There we go. And now supplies go in, and on the
Why?
other side they pile out, conveniently going into our cargo thingamabob so that we can more easily transport everything. What a lovely system we've made for ourselves. Now the next step is we need to add a freight car, like that. That way the train's gonna pull into the station, deliver to us some sweet, sweet cargo,
No.
and then off it goes for a magical journey. And it sure is hauling ass with that cargo. What a harrowing journey it must be going on. And then before you know it, here comes our bountiful cargo. Choo choo. Quickly, use your grippy fingers to take that off my hands. And just like that, glorious supplies. And then the train starts its journey home to get another haul. Well, if one thing of cargo is good, surely more is better,
don't
right?
know.
I mean, really, how many of these can we add? Because I'm just gonna keep going until
That's
it stops
too
me.
many. No. No.
So based on initial estimates, no, there is not a limit to how many train cars
I don't know, DJ. I don't know. I kind of wish his PC would like chill the fuck out. I really do. I wish his PC would stop. Notepad, stop it with the bonk before I bonk your ass.
you can put on this thing. Like, it's kind of hard to see because it's just more cacophony in here. I mean, I just kept connecting and connecting them, and I think I've got like 146 before I gave up, because there's a point where I want to keep adding them, but when you get too deep into this stuff, you just can't see anything. So I guess let's see how this does. Hi-ho Silver.
There's no
All of
way
this
it
goodness
moves.
slowly
It
pulling
fucking
into the
moves.
station. And go ahead
It
and
literally
load
is
cargo
moving.
Container number 1. Oopsie daisy, drop it a little
It's
forcefully.
literally fucking no. And the trash can will be back when I get the chibi model, which will be like 1 to 2 months. Chill the fuck out. Stop wasting your points. We'll have the trash can back in like 1 to 2 months.
See if I care. And now moving on to the next one.
Oh my Jesus.
Or not? Oh, okay. You're just gonna take the one, huh? Oh, silly me. I didn't set up the station correctly. I selected one load and unload, not all of them like I was supposed to. Well, it's still not stopping, but I think that's probably okay. And you know, I kind of like the idea of using all of this freight, all for just one cargo container, followed by 8 bajillion empty ones. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I feel like this is the right way to do it. I mean,
And
he's
it's not the
impressed.
right way. He's not impressed. You killed his
Really
family.
impressed. And honestly, so far so good.
You
It's
killed
just
his frickin'
slowly making
family.
its way downtown.
Literally.
Yeah, just shove that out of the way. It's of no concern to you. It failed where you're succeeding. Come on, you can
No
do it.
fucking
Push.
way.
Come on, pick up some speed. Would
It's
these
not
drones
gonna
say
pick up-
no?
Is
I
that
don't think so.
Nessie?
They
No.
keep climbing. I don't care that you're pulling 8 bajillion cars behind you. I expect you to accomplish the impossible. Oh yeah, definitely the optimal way to be transporting goods at 1/1,000,000th of a mile an hour. Strike that 0.
Yeah,
Are you telling
yeah,
me there were
I'm not
consequences
surprised.
to this?
Yes,
Well,
there
this
is.
Stupid. Can't I like
There's
get
fucking
behind it and push or
consequences.
something? Hey, wait a minute. This gives me an idea. I will just give it a little push with my own rail. Okay, now
What?
remember, all we need to do is
There's
give
no
it a
way
little
he's gonna
push.
ram it.
Watch out, help coming through.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Well,
It would
that
appear
works
we've caused a minor
perfectly.
derailment. I mean, most of it's still on the tracks, and the important part is
That
the head
did
of
what
the
it was
train
supposed to
felt
do.
nothing at all, and is
If
still
it's
not
the
moving. What
consequences-
if I send another train
Yeah.
in? What's the worst that
No.
can happen?
It's gonna crash again. Oh my god. What did you expect?
Yep, went about as well as expected.
Literally.
Okay, you know what? I have kind of an idea. So this is the thing that's stuck. There's got to be some way to move this, and I think I might have just the idea. Is it possible that we can use jump pads for this? So let's go ahead and put a platform and then a jump pad. And now with this thing ready to operate, all we need to do is give this a little push. This is going to be easy. So all I'm going to do is set up a rail that's going to go right into this train car. And in theory, if we hit it just right, it should roll back onto this bounce pad and do a little something like this. Couldn't be more simple. But to give this rail some impact, we got to give it a really long running start. How long, you wonder? How about a little something like this? You know, something that goes up and up and up and up, and at the end of it all, there's a train up here, just waiting for liftoff. We're so high up, in fact, that we're eye level with our hyper cannon. And also
Jesus.
so high up that we're up here with the fog where the air is thinner. So
why? Why does he need to build it that tall? Why? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand.
So the question is, once we get up there and pilot this interstellar craft, how fast do we think it's gonna go? Well, let's see. Down
No
the
way.
hill we
Oh
go.
my fucking
so
God.
Currently, we're building speed, just
Oh,
rounding
no.
200 kilometers an hour.
Is he just
Still
gonna ram his
climbing. Time
train?
to collide.
Oh my.
But why? I was only going at the speed of light.
Yeah.
Okay, what if we nudge it a little bit nicer?
Oh, that's not too
That
bad.
one down there sure felt it.
That's
But
not too bad.
Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be the case that this thing can interact with the jump pad. But that doesn't mean I don't have some other ideas. Like if we put a ramp right here, what do we think will happen? Well, let's see.
Oh my.
Well, that was pretty good, but not all the way to the other
Is he just
station
shooting
good.
them now?
All right, I got
What
one
the
more idea.
fuck?
I don't know if this is gonna work, but we have to try. Maybe what we need is to give it a nice little nudge. There we go. We built like a crappy little tunnel.
Oh
and
my
if all
God.
goes according to plan, this thing will sail right inside it. Oh, how I love doing research with giant multi-ton death machines.
Oh,
Hey, look,
what
it
the
made
fuck?
it, even though we didn't. Well, that seems to have done the trick. And now we're gonna see if we can try something else. We're gonna run
What
this
else is he
rail
gonna
right
do?
through it, and we're gonna see
Oh
if we
my
put
God.
a train down right here. If when we drive this thing, we can just nudge it. And oh boy, we sure can, kinda. I think you can probably see
He
where this is
made
going, right? That's right.
a
We're gonna build a
fucking-
much larger.
He made a train track to crash into his other train set because his train set wouldn't move. And now he's launching trains. That is where we're at.
Tunnel than that. We're gonna drag it all the way there. Now we can't do it by hand because the thing has no cohesion, and we can't use the vehicles because that also doesn't work. So
I like
train tracks
twins.
it is. Ah, yeah, there it goes. Just a quick nudge up an otherwise really long corridor. Easy.
Oh my God.
Come on, we're just gonna keep on pushing
Okay.
it. Come on, come with me. That's
What
right,
the
keep on
fuck?
pushing. This is not how I thought this would work, but I'm sure happy it is.
Why?
Then before you know it, we're at the very end of the tracks.
He's gonna shoot it.
And off
Oh.
it goes.
What the f- Alright.
I'm sure it's fine. Wow, look at that landing. That
What?
almost couldn't be
It
more
didn't even
perfect.
do
This is where it would have
anything.
ended up anyway. Wait a minute, what the hell is this? How did you guys get in there? Oh, this simply won't do. Now look, I
No,
know the
don't you dare,
cargo
Josh.
basically made it here, but it
Don't
looks like
you
we've
touch
got some
them.
cleaning up
Don't
to
you
do.
touch the
Yeah,
dogs.
Run from me. So I hope
Don't
you
touch the
enjoyed what we
dogs.
did
Don't
here.
touch
There's
the
a lot more to
dogs.
come, but we're gonna cap it
Leave
for
them
now. So I hope
alone.
you had fun. I know I
Please.
did, and I'm about to. Hey, now that you've
No.
got some free time, why don't you go check out City Skylines? You can check it out for free right now. That
Oh
is,
my
if it's
God.
between November 10th and the 14th, 2022. But hey,
2022? Hello? What year is it? What year is it? Oopsies. I accidentally clicked another video. That's not what I wanted to do. 2022. It is not 2022. 3 years later. Oopsies. Oopsies.